Hi everybody, this is Shane R. Monroe, and today we're going to be showing you how to get the Xbox Game Pass app running on your Android TV. In this case, it's a Shield TV from NVIDIA, and that will give you access to cloud gaming. So if you have the XPass Ultimate, then you'll be able to stream games like Mortal Kombat 10 and Gears of War 5 and all of those other great games that are on your Game Pass right on your Android TV. Now, Microsoft, of course, said that it's not supported, but just because it's not supported doesn't mean it doesn't work. So first off, you're going to need to obtain the APK or the Android installation file. This is really easy if you already have an Android device, which I'm hoping that you do. Let me wake that back up. So on your Android device, you're going to install something called Explore File Manager. And you're going to be using this frequently to update the APK. There's 101 ways of doing this. There's a million ways that you can get an APK onto a Shield TV. I'm going to show you the way that for me is easiest, that can be done repeatedly, quickly, over and over again. And you'll understand why when we're done. But namely because you're going to have to update that APK on the Android TV yourself. And because it's still early on, then there may be more and more versions of the APK, so you're going to want to be able to do this quickly. So you're going to go ahead and open up Explore File Manager. Yours is going to look a little bit different because I'm using a dark theme and I've got some things pre-configured. But this is essentially a file manager, and on one side is your source, and then the other side, if you swipe right, is where you're going to send the files. Right, so it's sort of dual pane for those of you who remember the old Norton Commander days or use Directory Opus on PC. You're probably pretty familiar with this. But you do need to make sure that the appropriate items are available here. App Manager is our real secret weapon because that's how we're going to get the APK out of here and somewhere else. So we're going to be open up Show first and make sure that at least App Manager on this side is checked. Right? And then on the other side, make sure that web storage is checked. Now I'm going to use a Google Drive account, but you can use whatever web storage you would like. This is just what I'm using. So we're going to expand our app manager, and you'll see all the apps you have installed on the phone, which is fantastic. So in this case, we're going to be looking for Game Pass here. We're going to check it. We're going to swipe right. We're going to go to web storage. Now you'll need to add your server, which I've already done, so you'll authenticate, get your drive lined up, and you'll be here. In my case, I've already set that up. And I'll expand it, and eventually I'll get my drive open. Hey, take your time. Nothing going on here. It's a boring old video. It doesn't usually take that long. Let's close it and open it again. There we go. All right, so I've got a folder called Android APK, so I'm going to select that as my destination. Swipe back, make sure that I still have that check marked, which I do. Then I'm going to click Copy. All right, so it's going to copy 44 megabytes over to my Google Drive into that Android APK. Perfect. Bloop. And it'll copy it on over. So this is now putting it on my cloud, which will be accessible on my Android TV. Dun, 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 dun. Done. Okay, so we're done with the phone piece, so I can just go ahead and get rid of that. The idea is just to get the APK. Now, this could be a tablet. My Lenovo Duet is where I got my original one. This one I got off my phone because it's just easier to mix the screen in with OBS. So I'm going to go ahead and turn my phone off. You don't need to see that anymore. Now, on the Shield TV, or your Android TV in this case, you're also going to install Explorer File Manager. And this might look a little more like what you saw, except for in a wider, my headphones keep disappearing. It's very distracting. Let me get some of the light off of that. Maybe that'll help. I don't know. Anyway, so you see I already got Game Pass Beta installed over here, but you need to do the same thing here. You'll want to show your web storage and your app manager at the very least. And under my web storage, of course, I have my drive. And there we go. Go to my Android APK, and there's my Game Pass. I'm going to go over to my download folder and make a copy. All right, so I'm going to, oops, I'm going to long press and hit copy. Right, you don't have to copy it. I think you could install it from the source, but I like to have a local copy. So we're going to copy that over. Now you could have done this a majority of different ways, right? I mean, you could have used a USB memory stick. There's a number of different things you could have done, but in this case, this is how I choose to do it because this is really quick and easy. I mean, I'm going through the whole process, but if you have an updated APK and you need to move it over to Drive and then bring it back down to your Android TV, that takes less than a minute every time there's an update. So now we're going to install Game Pass. Perfect. So annoying. I really need a better green screen. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and select Open. All right, so we're going to have to do the whole sign-in process. So now now I've got my Shield controller here, and you can see it's not real responsive on this UI. Let me see here. So let me go back. Sometimes it kind of works, sometimes it doesn't. All right, so let me see if I can get up. Oh, I see. Let me close that. Yeah. There we go. Already a member. We're going to sign in. All right. I'm going to sign in. Now, at this point, your controller is useless. It won't let you type anything in. I happen to have a USB keyboard here that's already connected to the Shield. You can plug in a USB, whatever. You can plug in a USB keyboard and mouse, whatever works for you. This is just what I got going on. To blur this out later. Okay, and then, of course, if you have two-factor authentication, you'll have to do that. I'll wait for my code. There it is. Okay. Now, what's that all about? Now, I saw this happen once before, so I'm glad it happened again. So now it's going to make me go through this whole thing again. I don't know what happened. Actually, I do. But this is going to be a very common pratfall for those of you who may be doing it. Once again, I'll have a number sent. Okay, give me my new code. Okay. Now, you may be tempted to hit enter, and that was the problem. Instead, use a mouse to click verify. It's like, what's going on? Why is it taking so long? What's it doing? Did it actually work? So the question is, did it work? So I'm going to use my mouse just so you can kind of follow along here. And it still says I'm not signed in. What is that? I click sign in. Welcome back, Dark Uni. So, yeah, so a lot of people may have just assumed at that moment in time that it just didn't work. And you would not be blamed for thinking that. But it did actually work. It's just a little twitchy. So I will continue to use the mouse just so you can follow along with what I'm up to. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe my controller's plugged in or something. Let me turn the keyboard back off. Some sort of weird thing going on. Okay. All right, so now we have access to Game Pass, and these are all the Game Pass games, as we saw in my earlier video. And again, it's a little twitchy. Like if I just move down, where did my pointer go? Why didn't it scroll? That's so weird. So where is it? Again, it's a little twitchy. But let's go ahead. Where'd my controller go? We're going to go ahead and pair up the Xbox One controller that has built-in Bluetooth compatibility. And now, hey, this is behaving a little bit better now. Oh, a little bit better anyway. Show all, right? It seems to behave a little bit better with the controller. Not a ton better, but a little bit. You can still see some, like for example, it won't go any further up. Weird, right? So you'll definitely have some interesting UI considerations. But if we go to show all, I mean, we can still get around here. We can still find a game to go play. Let's see here. I don't know. The Blob. It's really going slow. And I'm wired too, so this isn't even... And again, you're kind of going, well, where's my pointer at? I'm sitting... No, there we go. See, it's like totally wigging out. And this wasn't happening earlier. This must be something that they're up to. You close that. Can I close that? No. So yeah, there we go. You're gonna struggle a little bit. I don't know what's going on. I haven't seen this happen before. I still think it has something to do with the keyboard. Wacky stuff going on. Let me get the other controller. So this actually brings us to a good segue. If you go look in your apps, that Xbox Game Pass is nowhere to be found anywhere. So how do you get to it? Well, you either have to install something like HAL Side Launcher or HAL Launcher to load sideload games, or you can always just go through Explorer, close that up, and go to your app manager, and you can always run it from here. This is what I tend to do. But you can see it seems to behave and then something wigs out, and I'm not sure what causes that. But it doesn't seem to affect actually playing any of the games. So let's jump into this Plague Tale. My son actually turned me onto this game. Played it a lot on the PC. Let's see if my progress got saved. So that's really the long and short of getting it on here and working. Again, you're going to want a keyboard and probably a mouse. I just happen to have the amazing K600 keyboard from Logitech, which happens to have a... See if I can get this on here without my green screen thing freaking out. Essentially, it's a full-blown keyboard that has a trackpad, simulated mouse buttons, and all that good stuff. So here we go, and you can see it streams just fine. So the other thing you may need a mouse for is to get out of here. Since I've never shown this game actually being played, I'm going to let it sit here for a minute. Yes. Continue. Yeah, Cloud doesn't make it any faster to load, I'll tell you that right now. Alright, so let's see. No, it doesn't look like it saved anything. Oh, my progress is on PC. Oh well. Sure. I have a weird feeling there's going to be a lot of intro here. You're not going to get to see a whole lot of gameplay. So you're trying to skip everything, but it's not working. So every time that Game Pass updates, or eventually it'll complain you need a newer version to play, I'm sure you'll go ahead and go back through the process again, use your Android device, grab the latest APK, or download the latest version and then export the APK over to your drive, bring it back over and install it here. Now this game, I remember on the PC even, it took forever to load. It does work. Unsupported, but it does work. And of course, as a nice little bonus, if you happen to be playing a game that does support keyboard and mouse, you'll be able to use those as well. Tell me I can skip this and actually get to some sort of a game. Looks good though, right? I mean, you can still see it's compressed. All streaming games have that weird compressed look. Not a fan myself, but I know a lot of people are into it. See, look at that. It's very grainy. And this is wired, by the way. This is not wireless connectivity.
You've been going on about this walk for ages. Why here?
The tree.
Which tree?
The apple tree, Father. I want to take the Knight's Challenge once more.
The Knight's
Yeah, I forgot
Challenge.
you can't even run at
But
these
you're not
first
10
stages.
years old anymore, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, please, Father. I've trained hard for this.
So how do you get out of here? I mean, you could go to the main menu, I think, and then you could exit the game. However, there are some on-screen controls if you happen to have a mouse available, right? So I'm going to turn my keyboard on, and there's my mouse. Now, see, I have some on-screen controls that I can mess with. One of them, of course, which is to get back out of the game. You can, by the way, do Xbox stuff like you would hope you could do, such as, it's not going to let me do it from here. It was on one of the other games where you could summon your friends to play or whatever if the game permitted. See, there it is again. It's picking up some sort of a signal. I think it's from the keyboard. But anyway, that's it. And as you can see, it works. It works remarkably well once you're in the game. Some games obviously look better than others, and that was not a good example. I could show you some Crackdown 3, but good Lord, this thing takes almost as long to load. But we're already here, and I have some time on my lunch break still. See, again, it's sometimes it wigs out, and I just don't know why. I don't know what I selected. Hey, at least it's actually starting this time. On my other video, it kept timing out. If what you were looking for is just how to do it, you know everything at this point. So this is just me showing some stuff. You don't have to hang out. But before you leave, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the little bell notifications, and you'll get notified whenever I put up more of these types of videos if you enjoyed it. If not, submit, tell me why. Give me a comment in the comments down below and tell me what you didn't like. Maybe I can make things better, except for my head looks all chopped off because of my headphones. Get a better green screen. I'm working on that, because I hate having my headphones flickering out all the time. Yeah, this game lends itself well to streaming because it's sort of that cel-shaded look. It's when you have like realistic graphics that you can really tell streaming looks bad. I told you this took a while to load. I wasn't kidding. We haven't even loaded the game yet. This was just loading the menu. Nutty, right? I think this was the game that actually had being able to call your friends. Let me see here. Is this the one? Or maybe not. All right, well, just go run around solo a little bit and blow some crap up. How would that be? This one I did play on Xbox One X, so my stuff was definitely saved in the cloud. I thought this was a pretty decent game overall, Crackdown 3. I mean, I'm more into the solo experience. I hear the multiplayer is kind of a mess, but I like the solo campaign stuff. I can pause it. You know, the older you get, the more responsibilities you have, and you just can't sit for 4 hours at a time and play multiplayer with your friends. Not unless you're playing something that you can duck out between rounds, right? No 6-hour play of the forest for me. You know, it's funny, you would think that on the other end of this cloud service that they would be on, you know, solid state drives, and this would be all loading a lot faster if they're controlling the hardware, but not to be, I guess. Where should I start? Let's just load someplace. That was funny, that was just the load time for the map. Okay, here we go. This looks pretty good, right? Let me blow up some cars. How about that? Fare thee well. Who else wants some of that? Are you shooting at me? Goodbye.
Burn them. Burn them all.
Yeah, blow stuff up. Blow that car up too. Ah, I missed. Oh, enemy spotted. No more enemies. Oops. Is that behind me? Who's shooting at me? Those guys. Oops.
Do I have to spell it out, Agent? Do not kill innocent civilians.
Yeah. Sorry about that. They were in my way.
Hey! You're one of the good guys, remember?
Oh, yeah. People stop shooting at me. These guys say. Oh. Anyway, there you go. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. This, of course, is cloud gaming from Xbox Game Pass right on your Android TV, in this case, the NVIDIA Shield TV. I hope you enjoyed the video. And again, please, I appreciate like, subscribe, hit the little bell. It means a lot to me. So thanks so much for watching, everybody. I'm Shane R. Monroe.